Are y'all ready? What? Yeah! Y'all ready to play some football? Together, begin. Say let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up.
If you want some, come get some. Cause where I'm from, we so big. And everybody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows something about it.
Hey, welcome back to the herd. And you heard it here first. This is your coach, Coach Clinton. And we back, man, after a week off. I had to take a week off, man. Had a little personal injury with my knee, man. Been a little bit undisciplined with my eating and ate some foods I shouldn't have, man, and caused me some trouble. Put it like that, and, paid the price. For me, everything relates back to football, man. Being disciplined and undisciplined. And when you're undisciplined with something, there's a cause and effect. There's consequences and repercussions by not doing things the right way. And I paid the price for not eating the right way, and it held me down last week, and so we had to take that week off, man. But we're back in action, man. The SCFL is back in action this week. We had Easter week the week before, and last week was a week off for everybody, so a lot of teams was off. Only games that was played was on Easter was my Bison and the I believe the Knights and the Blues were supposed to play, but I think that game, the Knights and the Dogs were supposed to play, but I think that game ended up in a forfeit, with the Knights coming away with a forfeit victory. And we played out of league game against a team from the NLFA, the Mississippi Lions, which we came out victorious in that, but it was a good game, good fun game. And all great activities for the kids and the families that came out and supported the Resurrection Sunday event. A lot of stuff, gifts and stuff like that, and snacks were given out to the kids, man. They really enjoyed it, man. The families enjoyed it. And a lot of times, we get so caught up in the football aspect of things, and that was a great moment for the team, a great moment for the organization, and a great moment for the families. It was bigger than football. And so, and I always know something, just to give a little shout out to the NFA, Miss Jen, that's something that she's always done too. Has always been about more than just football. So I just want to give a shout out to the Miss Jen over there that's hitting up the NLFA and stuff like that. So the SFL is on the same things, with Miss Beverly, and so they're more than just football people. They're about family. They're about life. They're about unity. And so I just want to get a shout out about it. It's not just a Bison thing. It's a league thing. We're back in action, man, this week. This past week, we had a full slate of SCFL games, man. And just to kind of get to some scores early with you before I get into some other talk. First game on board was between the Wolverines and the Huskies, and that was a tight one. Nail biter to the end. Huskies won 28-27. Man. This is where I always go when I say I wish this stuff was on YouTube, man, so we can just kind of see the other games in the league live, man, to see these guys in action, man, so I can shout out some of this talent. The Bayou Hurricanes played the Vipers, and Hurricanes kind of ran away with that one 38-0, and those guys been on the road lately. North Mississippi Road Warriors played the East Mississippi 49ers, and that was a battle. That ended up, I think it might have been called early, I believe, but the Road Warriors ended up winning 6-0. The Bolts and the Panthers, with the Panthers ending that with a 14-7 win, so that was like a defensive battle. The Demons and the Kings were postponed, so we had to get back to that one. Our Bison played the Mississippi Dogs, and we won that one 29-0, so we kind of got a good victory over there. The Blues and the Knights, I think that ended up being a forfeit win due to some technical issues, things of that nature. The Knights got the victory 7-0. And so that was the slate of games this past week, man. So when you look at that, man, we go even into the standings. And so just in the league halfway through the season, there's about 4 games left in the season right now, heading into this playoff push. The Hurricanes are sitting at 5-1. The Kings are sitting at 4-1, and that's in the Bayou division, the Bayou Conference. The Huskies are 3-1. The Demons are 2-3. The Vipers are 2-3, and the Wolverines are 0-6. Over here in the Gulf North, the Panthers are 5-1. The Bolts are 4-2. Road Warriors are 3-2, and the 49ers are 1-5. In the Gulf South, the Knights are 5-1. Our Bison are 3-3. The Blues are 2-3, and the Dogs are 0-5. So if I'm incorrect on any of that, somebody can correct me at any time. I'm just going off what the schedule says. So for anybody see something wrong and they get their panties in a bunch or something like that, I'm just only reporting what's on our league page. So, but yeah, it was good for hard-fought league games, man, and we got to get ready for this week upcoming now. And so I know, hit it up. We got to go to North Mississippi, Memphis area to play the 49ers, which is going to be a tough matchup, man. It's always a good, clean, respectable game when we go down there and play those guys. And so we'll be there this Saturday to play those guys. I know who else plays this week. The Kings and the Vipers play. The Bolts and the Blues. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be a tough matchup. I think the Blues got to go to the Bolts out there in Arkansas. The Demons and the Wolverines play. The Road Warriors and the Dogs. The Hurricanes and the Huskies. And the Panthers and Knights. That's going to be a good division matchup. Panthers and Knights with both of those teams leading the Gulf North and Gulf South. So it's going to be an interesting matchup there. So that's going to be something. But yeah, it's going to be a tough week, man. Like I said, our Knights, man, we got to continue to just push, man. We sitting at 500 right now at 3-3. And but we got to keep pushing. We got to keep on getting better, man. We done made some improvements, but we still got work to do. A long way to go, man. Right now, I really want to say we're right at 30% of our potential. We're only at 30% of our potential. And so we got a ways to go to get to where we really, really need to be. And so because the competition is only going to get tougher this part of the season, because everybody got to hunker down and kind of get really, really, really physical, really determined, really concentrated in on winning these few games, man, to set themselves up for the playoffs. Because what I believe and understand by the setting of our league is that the top 4 teams make the playoff off of each conference. So Gulf North and Gulf South, top 2 teams each. In the Bayou, the top 4 teams. And so, right now, we're pushing for a 2 or 3 spot right now, or a 4 spot if we don't win the right amount of games. So we got to go ahead and try to win out. And so it's going to be tough. Like I say, we got some guys that we got to face, and we got some rematches. We got some teams you got to see again, and we got to correct our wrongs in those games. And so, but it's going to be what it is. But I'm really excited, man. Like I said, we're not where we should be, but we're heading in the right direction. We're working on that. We're improving in a lot of areas, man, from top to bottom, man. We're correcting some issues and things of that nature. And the team is improving. The team is growing together. There is more trust being put into everything that we got going on and stuff like that. And the guys are buying in, There's still always going to be a few people who decide they want to buck the trend and stuff like that. Some, get frustrated with wins and losses and kind of give up, And so, but real character is shown in adversity. Real character is shown in adversity. When hard times hit, when struggles hit, who's ready to fight, or who's ready to run and hide, and who's ready to give up, who's ready to point the fingers, or who's ready to pick their brother up like he's a fallen soldier and carry him on their back, man, and reach the finish line. Who's ready to buy in? Who's ready to trust and fight all the way to the end? That's what football is about. That's what the ultimate team game is about, fighting together all the way to the end. We might not agree on everything, but we fighting to the end. That's what makes a great team. And so I made a post on my personal page just about football as a coach. And it's like, and so you find out how much a player loves his teammates by how well he plays without the football in his hand. As a receiver, a DB, lineman, linebacker, offensive lineman, running back, quarterback, how well do you play when the ball is not in your hand? How well do you move and you work when, let's say, a play is not designated for you? How well do you fight? How well do you run a route when the ball might be going the opposite side of the field? How well do you run as a running back? Do you run it hard? Do you sell that run game when you know you're not getting the ball as a running back? How hard do you block as a lineman? Are you taking plays off on the D-line, a linebacker, a secondary, because the ball is not coming your way? And it says a lot. How much are you cheating? How much are you doing things that's incorrect that may cause your team something because, you want to prove that maybe that you may know more or something like this, or you think you may know more, and so you kind of buck what the system is saying? So I'm just asking these questions because that's part of football. That's the separation between good and great teams. That's the separation between good and great teammates or bad teammates. Because great teammates, whether they like everything or not, they go hard all the time. Use one of my favorite players, for example, Terrell Owens. It was always talk about Terrell Owens, me, throw the damn ball, give me the ball, I'm open, this and that. But every practice, every play, every game, injured or not, Terrell Owens gave 100%. You never heard anybody say he was lazy. He never caused trouble off the field. He never sat around and really argued with teammates. He just had confidence in his game, and he wanted to get the ball. So a lot of things were just overblown and overrated because he was outspoken. See, that's different than the player saying, well, I ain't getting the ball, so, man, I don't even want to get in the game, and I don't even want to play because I'm not getting the ball, or I'm not even going to show up because it's not my way, or I'm not getting enough reps and things of that nature, so I'm not here. What kind of teammate are you really? Why even come out for a team sport? Go play tennis. Go play golf. Because if you played at any level of ball that you would know, especially high school, college, or pros, sometimes if you're not that guy, you may not see the field this game. You may only get 2 or 3 reps. But how much are you cheering your teammates on? You may not be where you want to be on the field, but are you still rooting for your team when they make a play? Are you still lifting your teammate up when he makes a mistake? Oh, but you may just be so mad at the coach or your teammates because they're getting a little bit more shine than you or something like that, or the coach may not put you in on this or that play. So now you're in your feelings. And so now you're going to be like a spiteful baby mama or a scorned woman, and you're gonna take it out on your teammates because you want to try to make them feel your pain instead of really just going hard for the team and just dealing with that issue like a man in the off season. Character speaks through a man's actions, not through his words. I can tell you all day long, oh yeah, I'm a real one, man. I'm a real G. I'm this dude. I'm solid. This and that. But every day I'm doing something that ain't solid. Accountability. You ain't gonna be at practice? Yeah, coach team, I won't be here at practice. I'm letting you know a few days early I won't be here. Versus, hey, y'all seen so-and-so and so-and-so? Where he at? You don't know. Ain't nobody heard from him. But when disciplinary actions take place, now this player's, oh man, you doing me wrong. What you mean? You did the team wrong. You ain't show up. You ain't talked to nobody. You ain't reported to nobody. What you mean? Who's wrong? You just disrespected your team. And I'm just like, this is nothing that's going on, but I'm just giving y'all some hypothetical stuff that happens in sports. When you talk about team sports, when you talk about grown men and character and things of that nature, we always supposed to carry ourselves a certain way because, as I speak all the time, and my team will tell you, Everything in this country and in this world always starts first with men. Whether we like it or not, it starts with us. Our actions dictate how society moves in sports and in life. If we out here being a fool and we wonder why these kids are fools in the street, it's because of us. We don't hold no counter. Y'all want to live by this whole motto of YOLO, you only live once, do me, do you. When that little thug go out there and shoot your cousin in the street, when you ain't want to be accountable for, when you ain't want to be a leader, that's the reason why. Because you ain't want to deal with checking these youngsters. You ain't want to deal with setting an example for these youngsters. That's the same thing happens in sports. Leaders on the team got to put the role players in place. It can't just be coaches. They got to be the leaders, setting the examples. But of course, the coaches got to set the example first. And so everything ties in, hand in hand. There's no one piece without the next. If we ain't working together, it don't work at all. It's just like a bike chain. That bike chain breaks, you can be spinning your wheels all day long, but you ain't going nowhere. But like I said, we're going to get back in some more real football talk when we get back, man, just about the team and things of that nature. Right after this break, we'll be back on Herd Talk.
Looking for the hottest content in the city of Jackson and surrounding areas? Check out WeBelieveDigital.com. Also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We Believe Digital Podcast is here for all your podcasting needs.
The Mississippi Link is an African-American female-owned newspaper with a trusted voice that is highly respected throughout the city, state, and nation. Our motto, Keepers of the Knowledge for People Who Speak the Truth, since 1993. Link significantly influences the thoughts, attitudes, and buying decisions of its readers. Call us at 601-368-8481 for your advertising needs. If you would like to receive a newspaper in the mail each week, our annual subscription is only $52 per year. That is only $1 per week for you to stay informed regarding many stories that you can only get in the Mississippi Link. Sign up today at themississippilink.com and click on Home Delivery.
All right, we're back, man. Like I said, it's getting back into this talking, man, about the season with the Herd, man. Like I said, as I was talking before the break, like just talking about team, man, and how you improve as a team, how you be a great team. What separate great teams from good teams to bad teams is the character, the foundation, the atmosphere, the culture of a team. Being a great team, being a great team. And so, like I said, with this Herd team, man, we've been improving. A lot of improvement, man. A lot of pieces, man. Guys are starting to really buy in and learn and really pick up and understand everything that we're showing them and trying to get them to believe in, man. Because a lot of times, sometimes it's hard to believe in. You know, I don't like to just point fingers at players. Just pointing fingers at players, just saying it's players' fault or it's coach's fault or anything like that. I believe in a process. Everything has a process to it, and so. When you're building something, you know, when you really want it to be great, sometimes you got to understand the atmosphere you're dealing with. You know, this is a semi-pro level of football. And a lot of times in this sport, you know, depending where you're at and depending on the level, a lot of times you don't really find a lot of structure. You just find a lot of guys just get teams together and there's really no coaching. There's really no structure. Just maybe somebody that's an owner and they're a player coach or stuff like that. And, you know, there's not really a staff and maybe one coach or two coach here and there. And it's really nothing but other than just kind of drawing plays up in the sand. Yeah, we're going to do this and that. And, you know, just kind of just going off of just talent. And so that works to a certain extent. But nobody can name me any great teams that's legendary in this sport of semi-pro level. I'm not talking about the pros. I'm just talking about semi-pro. That is dominant and highly ranked with a draw stuff up in the plays, draw plays in the sand type team. with no structure. It's good to have a run-of-the-mill local, hey, we play together and, like that, we cool. Win 2 or 3 games a season, 4 games, 5 games and stuff like that and here and there, but you're not winning chips. You're not dominating. You're not getting big-time teams wanting to play you and meet up with you because, truthfully, these big-time teams wouldn't even answer your phone call. Because why would they want to play a team with they can't even win their league? And that's just even speaking to my Bison team, because where we want to get to as a team, it takes a process. And I want to go out and I want to play some of these big-time teams in the offseason and schedule big-time games, and get those games live and recorded and get them on YouTube and get all the exposure I want for my guys. But I don't want to go out there half-cocked and go play some team like, say, Oklahoma Thunder or some other big-name teams around the nation, and we get out there and those guys just basically put our face in the sand and just run through us, and stuff like that, and and just get embarrassed, because first and foremost they wouldn't even take the call in the first place because they're not even going to feel like we're worthy. So when I'm talking about structure, is that it's a process of how things work, and so to be a great team, it takes commitment, it takes buying in, it takes everybody being on the same page. You can't have a lot of people bucking. The majority has to buy in. The leaders have to buy in. The staff has to buy in. The ownership has to buy in order to get to that great level. Everybody got to be 10 toes down together. When I look at any teams, and I'll give a shout out because I know in the SCFL, far as I know, the teams that won championships, I know the Hurricanes, like I said recently, the Panthers, I believe the World Warriors. I don't think anybody else in this league has won the SCFL championship in this spring league. So I salute those teams. But when I watch those teams, at least at the time, I've always respected the Hurricanes because I love what they put down. They always put down what they do and they always ride together. I've seen them fight. I've seen little arguments here and there, but those guys always go hard for each other. And they always end up being one of the top tier teams in the league, if not the top team. And so, and I believe they have the most chips in the league. So you got to respect it. And that's where we want to get to. We want to try to get there and we want to try to surpass it. That's always been the goal. To get to that level where we're not just in this league dominating, we're in other bigger leagues like the Dynasty, dominating in those leagues. We get to bigger leagues than that at some point, playing against high-level competition, where our guys can literally take their film and share it, and people can respect that film because they understand that the competition that they're playing against is respected competition. Because right now, at this point, I couldn't show them film against certain teams we play because their teams wouldn't even really be worthy. No disrespect, just being real. And so the only way for our guys to really get it is they will have to go out to tryouts and personally, in person, perform at a high level to get some real, honest opportunities at a higher level of football. Because just playing semi-pro here isn't going to work. But then it also works for self. You can't wait for help. How much are you training on your own? How much are you building this mindset, this football IQ on your own? How much are you working? And so, like I said, back to my Bison, man, like I said, we're working and we got guys buying in. We got guys pushing and wanting to get better. We got guys wanting to listen and understand what the coaches are saying and stuff like that. Because sometimes guys don't believe it at first until they really see it, until you really can kind of stamp it, just like the Word of God. You just can't take a person's word. You can't take a pastor's word. You got to go study for yourself. And so I tell my guys all the time, if you don't believe something I'm saying, I'll always bag it with factual information about the game. I'll share something that I'm explaining to you, and I'll bag it up with another coach, maybe at a higher level, whatever like that, expressing the same sentiments or the same football knowledge that I'm sharing with you guys. And so most of my guys know that I've talked to, all of them, you know. And if they ever find something that I'm telling them wrong, I have no pride in accepting if I made a mistake, because I always go back and study because I'm a student of the game. I'm always listening and learning to get better at what I do. And so, and that's how I want my guys to be on the field and stuff like that. So, like I said, I see this team like it's a big opportunity for us now at 500 to get back in this race, to try to get back to the top, to push for a good playoff seeding. To, like I said, we got to get back out. We got to face the Knights again. We got to face the Blues again. We got to face the Bolts this weekend. We got to face the Niners. So it's one game at a time. And so if we can go out and execute and do what we're supposed to do with the potential that we have on this team, I don't see why we can't be playing somebody from the Bayou at that last game of the season. Why not? Why not us? So that's my question to my team. Why not us? How much do y'all guys really want it? You know what your coach wants. How much do you guys really want it? Do we really want it together? You know, so I want chips, baby. You know, I love coaching just for coaching in itself, but I want to win too. I don't like to lose. You know, so I hate the losses that we got now. And so, how much do we want it, guys? And I think a lot of guys want it, man. I think some guys are still on the fence, buying in, not sure, you know, and stuff like that. I know we got some older guys that might be out the door pretty soon and stuff like that. But for the most part, I think guys are really trying to buy in now, you know. And it's just going to take everybody continuing buying in as we finish out this season, man. And the way we finish out this season is going to say a lot about us. Because when this offseason comes in August 5th, that first day of tryouts, we plan on having a lot more competition in the camp, pushing and fighting for every position on the field. So I'm telling everybody now that y'all watching, if you ain't happy where you at, I'm telling you, we playing for competition. But understand, when you come over here, I'm going to tell you another thing about me as the head coach. I respect every player, but I respect the game and the process of the game. What I don't do, maybe other coaches do it more than me. I don't care how good you are, how talented you are. You get no favoritisms from me if you are a lazy something. I don't do entitlement. I understand you might get, you know, a little something here and there because, hey, if you're a dog, you're a dog. I respect it. You know, so definitely got to respect it. Don't get me wrong now. But you don't walk around this camp entitled and feel like you above reproach, you're above correction, you too good to listen, you think you can just do your own thing because you're good. Hey, stay where you at or go be with somebody else. If you don't want to work and you're lazy, go be with somebody else. We'll win without you. You can go to another team and let's say if you're a receiver, you can go to another team, catch 1,000 catches and be 5-5 at the end of the year and never playing for the playoffs. Hey, you balled, right? But your team still suck. You know, hey, you a bad DB, you a bad receiver, you a bad D lineman. Hey, ball out. But if your team suck, hey, at least you just balling out, right? It ain't about the team because it's just about you. I don't want you players. I want team players here. And if you're a team player, you'll still be a star if you're that guy. Because I won't hide you. I'll let you shine. You know. But it all got to tie in together with the team thing. One person can't shine by itself. Because, see, the process is when you're talking about a team sport, every position works together. A receiver can't shine without a quarterback. A quarterback can't get to the receiver if he doesn't have a line blocking for him. A running back can't run if the line ain't getting hosed. It all ties in together. Don't think just because you're a good receiver that you're just going to automatically shine. It all got to tie in together. You know, same with things on defense. You can be a cold DB, but what if your D-line can't get no pressure? And that quarterback got 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds back there in the pocket. Oh, that receiver going to get open on you, my boy. You're going to get scored on sooner or later because you can't hold nobody forever. You can check with the greats like Deion, Darrell Reeves, Champ, Ramsey, all these great guys back there at safety. You know, Woodson, all these guys. Atwater, all the greats, you know. You give a quarterback more than 4 or 5 seconds in the pocket, if he's any good, he's going to dice any defense apart. So if you understand the structure of the game, you'll understand how things work. It ain't as simple as you think. So, but that's for people with big brains that know how to kind of think the game and they think before they react to something. And so I know a lot of guys aren't really on that level yet. And like I said, it's a process. So all I know is this Bison team is we're improving, we're on the move, and we're going to be tested again this Saturday against the 49ers, and we're going to see how much we're improved and how much we battle and fight, because like I said, we have injuries. But even with those injuries, we still have a lot of talent that's ready to step in and make plays at these different positions on the field and stuff like that. So we just got to get out there and handle business, point blank, period. Then we'll come back to the area next week to a division rivalry game against the Knights, and we got to see those guys again, man. They slipped away with one in overtime, and it was a battle, and hopefully we can return the favor, man. And so, like I said, one game at a time, man. 49ers, we'll see you Saturday, 4 o'clock, and we're going to get it on, man. I want to give another shout out. I meant to do this a couple of weeks ago, though, to the food truck, Blessed Food. My man, Big Mike, he did the food truck for us a couple of games ago, man. The food was great, man. Miss Krista, who sung the national anthem for us at the resurrection event and this past week against the Dogs, she sung the national anthem. Beautiful voice, Miss Lady. Hey, we love you, and we hope you come back and do it again for us. Shout out to my guy Nakia Houston as well. I said he came in, he did his food truck and stuff like that. Man, them ribs, them rotel egg rolls, man. Hey, that potato salad was on point, my boy, no doubt, man. I've been meaning to give the shout out, so I don't think I forgot about you guys, man. I said I would, so I try to keep my word as much as I can. And so like I said, shout out to those guys, man. And just like I said, shout out to this whole team, man. I love these young men that we work with and stuff like that. The coaches is building a great bond over here, man. We have our differences and stuff like that, hey, man, but love these guys to death, man. We just going to keep on pushing and grinding, man, through it all. Like I say, shout out Coach Trace, shout out Coach Keys. Hey, continue to get healthy, man. You take care of your body, and we'll see you when you're ready to come back. Coach Teddy, man, love you, man. Keep on grinding and learning that defense, man, because, like, you got it. You got it. It's in you, man. Just keep building. I trust you. Like Coach Carr, I love what you bring to the table. Coach Hunter, same with you, man. I love your mindset, man, and what you brought when you got over here, man. And I said, we got your back, brother, 100%, all you guys. And so we together on this, and the whole staff, man, and the whole Bison team, man. And we'll be out here, man, like say this Saturday, East Mississippi 49ers in Horn Lake, 4 p.m. We out here today, man. Peace and one love to y'all. It's heard, man. You heard me?
Where I'm from, we so big. And everybody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows something about it. And I won't answer now. Who, what, where, and why. See, a lot of dudes like to act the fool now. Get on live, but that ain't my style. Now who he gonna get and what he gonna do? Run up on me if you want to. Hot damn pressing this homie.